वही कल जमीन पर तो था। पूछोगे तो बताएगा वो पंछी कि एक दायरे में सिमटने में और पूरी दुनिया को दायरा बनाने में बस इतना सा फर्क है। इतना कितना है? इतना है या इतना है? जो नापेगा वो जाने कि जहां धरती और आसमान मिलते हैं, नानपुर से दूर, अगर मगर शायद से दूर, वहां भी दोनों में फर्क बस इतना सा है। धरती और सातवें आसमान में फर्क बस इतना सा है। ये एक अंतर प्रेरणा है। ये हमारी, आपकी, हम सब की अंतर प्रेरणा है। एक कदम, एक छलांग, एक बाजी, एक गहरी सांस और एक ललकार खुली हवाओं में कि हाँ, मैं बना हूं उन फिजाओं के लिए, कि हाँ, मैं बना हूं उन ऊंचाइयों के लिए जो ऊंची तो बहुत है पर नामुमकिन भी नहीं, क्योंकि मुमकिन और नामुमकिन में बस इतना सा फर्क है। धूप छांव में फर्क बस इतना सा है। तो बस चलिए फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया के साथ ये फर्क मिटा देते हैं। फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया।
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us on this webinar of Business Opportunity Over Chai. Business Opportunity Over Chai presented by the management of Franchise India with an aim to introduce you with new business opportunity every day at 12 o'clock. Today also we have a great business opportunity for all of you. But before we talk about the business opportunity and we share the inputs with you, let me just quickly run you through with the Q&A process. If you have any questions during the webinar, you can type your questions and leave into the Q&A. We will take up all your questions post our presentation. So during the webinar and our brand presentation, you can keep sharing your questions to make this webinar more interactive. We see some of you raising your hand during the webinar. I request you to avoid raising your hand. Instead, write your questions into the Q&A box so that we can take up all the questions post our presentation and answer you here live. So our today's webinar is about Action Coach. With a presence in over 98 plus countries and a network of thousands of certified coaches, Action Coach has helped millions of business owners worldwide achieving success and realizing their entrepreneurial dreams. Discover how you can partner with Action Coach to build a highly profitable coaching business in India. We do have Mr. Satyam Garg, who is the Executive Director of Indian and Asian Market for Action Coach. Along with Mr. Satyam, we have Mr. Shobit, who is the Country Manager for Action Coach in Indian Market. I would like to welcome both of you here on this panel today. And I want to request Mr. Satyam to take the lead and tell our participants more about the brand and also about the business opportunity they have to share with Action Coach. Over to you, Satyam.
Thank you, Neha, for giving us the opportunity and for that kind introduction. Good afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure to meet you all today through the virtual platform and talk about highly rewarding, fulfilling business opportunity. And I'm sure, when you're always looking at exploring a business opportunity, and suddenly when you hear about a concept like business coaching, it's a difficult thing to digest of how business coaching can be my next future proof career move. But what I can tell you from our experience of working in the India market for the last 5 years has been that this has been one of the fastest growing profession, in terms of franchising itself. When we started a journey in India in December 2019, we were at about 6, 7 franchise partners, and now we have a community of about 120 plus franchisees. So that's the growth that we have seen. And professional knowledge, professional coaching is the next big thing that you can expect. The industry is only going to grow year on year. So probably the right time for you to look at business coaching as a profession. And if you're someone, who has years of experience under your belt, you enjoy helping others, you have a passion for coaching, training, consulting, then this can be a great opportunity for yourself. And here the session today, what we have structured is, we'll take you through a small presentation, which would be about for 10 to 15 minutes. And then we will move into a conversational mode where we've invited one of our leading business coaches, our franchise partners in India, to share their experience and their insights as well. So, it would be a great opportunity for you to hear it from our franchise partners directly rather than we telling you about the opportunity. And then during this session, if there are any areas that you want us to emphasize upon or any questions, feel free to type them in the chat box or the Q&A panel, and we'll try and take them during the discussion. So on that note, it's time for us to get started with the presentation, but there's a small corporate video of Action Coach that we'd like to play before we move into the presentation. So can we have the video, please?
World abundance through business re-education. Since 1993, Action Coach business coaches have lived that vision by helping business owners across the planet build great companies, create more jobs, and truly grow their communities. Real people getting real results. We've always believed that being in business should give you more life, and right now we believe in something even greater. The abundance of those amazing business owners, the abundance of the employees in those companies, the abundance of providing free education to every business owner and every local or national business group globally, the abundance of being there for you and every business that needs us right now.
So, everyone, the voice that you heard in that video is of our chairman and founder, Brad Sugars. Brad Sugars started Action Coach in 1993 from Brisbane in Australia. And he was just about 23 years old at that point in time, And what he would see that, a lot of businesses would start and shut down pretty soon. And with whatever little business acumen he had at that point in time in life, he designed some structures, some framework, took them to the market, started working with a lot of entrepreneurs at an initial level. What led to that was, the Australian government started funding him to run such programs at a national level. And by the year 1996, at the age of 26, just by coaching entrepreneurs, Brad had financially retired for life. And that's where, that was the moment where Brad realized that, if I can do so much for myself and create so much wealth, why can't I create it as a profession? And that's how the concept of business coaching as a franchise was introduced to the world. And since then, we have never looked back. Now, Action Coach is present in about 98 countries. We have a network of about 2,500 franchise partners whom we call our business coaches, and we coach about 30,000 businesses on a weekly basis. Now, when I say 30,000 businesses, what is that? What kind of businesses are these? We typically work with the small and medium businesses, say any business between a 5 crore to about 100 crore turnover. These are the businesses that we work with, and we help them take their business to the next level. So that's what we've been doing. Just the sheer network of coaches, just the presence at a global level, and the kind of impact that we bring to 30,000 businesses on a week-on-week basis, Action Coach is regarded as the world's #1 business coaching organization. So, if you're here to explore it, one thing that you can be rest assured is that you're partnering with the leading player in the business coaching space. That's Action Coach. And on that note, just wanted to give you some idea about how Action Coach started and what's the backstory. But let's get into the presentation mode now. So I'll request the team to have the presentation on screen, and then we can talk about the opportunity in detail. And I would request everyone to keep it interactive. So if there are any questions that comes to your mind, please feel free to post them in the Q&A box. So what you see on the screen is my community of coaches in India and Middle East. So last year in December, we had a fun gathering. We did a retreat where we had about all our partners joining us from all parts of India, and we planned our vision for 2024. So 2024 for us is all about aligning our dreams and making it a reality. And the Action Coach community is committed to make it, help entrepreneurs take their business to next level in 2024, and at the same time, taking their coaching practice at the next level as well. If I talk about, how the business coaching industry is, and if we can move to the next slide. Yeah. Business coaching as an industry has been growing year on year. It's currently valued at about 15,000 US dollars at a global level. But if I just talk about the Indian market, it's expected that it would be at least a 25 billion industry in India itself by 2030. And another data point says that there is a need of about 10,000 professional coaches in the country. So, there's a market for it, there's demand for it. Now it's just about, finding whether this is something that you would like to do in the long run or not. And if you look at some data points that are available, and these data points are very much available on the internet, organizations or leaders that have coaches for themselves, 70% of them find it very valuable, and, they see results. And Action Coach, the most beautiful part about Action Coach, or what makes us the number one business coaching organization, is, our net promoter score. So if you're aware of, if you want to measure the effectiveness of any franchisee based organization, you need to look at their net promoter score. A net promoter score is nothing but, how much the clients would like to recommend that company for their products and services. So it's a survey that's done to the clients of the company, and 99% of the clients of Action Coach are happy to recommend their coach or Action Coach services to other peer entrepreneurs or business owners. So, an organization that has been in a business for the last 31 years, and then to have a ratio where 99% of our clients are happy to recommend us, that shows how strong the system is, how robust the system is. And our tagline says we are a team of real people getting real results. So that's what we are really all about. And we are not a training company that will come to organizations, train people and go back. Rather, we work with entrepreneurs on a week-on-week basis and help them get results. So we are a program, or a process where we get results. It's all ROI driven. I spoke to you all about Brad Sugars briefly, and what you see on the screen is the gentleman there himself. He's the guy behind Action Coach. He's the guy who structured the professional coaching industry at a global level, not just through Action Coach, but many other coaching programs that he runs. But when it comes to business coaching, there can be never a better person than Brad himself. And he's now about 51 years old, but the kind of vision that he brings to the table, the kind of activeness he gets, he shows in the business. He's still very available to connect with all the coaches, hear what they have to say, hear, what the market feedback is, and basis that he keeps innovating and keep pivoting his business model so that, we are able to service the clients in the right manner. Yeah. So that's the network. As I said, Action Coach is present in about 98 countries now. And, through our partnership with Franchise India, we are looking at adding 2 new countries by the end of this month. So maybe in the next 7 to 8 days, we would be spread across 100 countries at a global level. And, we are only going to grow from here on. So, make the most. If this is something that excites you enough, then probably we can, definitely have a conversation and take it ahead. Maybe we can skip this slide and Shobit, move ahead. Yeah, let's just directly move into what's in it for partners. As I said, this is the exact franchisee metric that I was talking about, the net promoter score. What you see on the screen, 99% of our clients are happy to recommend their coach to a friend or a business associate. 98% of our clients say that, the Action Coach system, the tools, resources that we use, help them in their business growth. Now, if that's the kind of client satisfaction that we have at a, end result, when our clients are so satisfied, you can understand how satisfied our franchise partners would be. Yeah, Shobit, next. So what's the opportunity today? I really want to dig deep into why we are doing this and what's the opportunity for you. So today we are here to talk about how you can partner with Action Coach, become a business coach with us, and run a profitable, sustainable coaching practice for yourself. If you look at our competitors in the market, uh, we are not a traditional training and credentialing organization. If you're looking at a certification program where you become a coach, then I would say there are many better programs that are available in the market and you can explore that. But if your vision is beyond that, you just don't want to be a coach, but you want to run a profitable, sustainable coaching practice for yourself. You want to run it like a mainstream business where you're coaching entrepreneurs, making money out of it, then Action Coach really makes sense. Action Coach is nothing but a business opportunity. And if you decide to partner with Action Coach, what is that you get? That's what I'm going to cover in this slide. First and foremost, for any partner to become an Action Coach, you undergo a rigorous training program. So you're put on a 10-week certification program where you're just not trained on how coaching happens or how you would coach entrepreneurs, but a lot of focus is really put on how to build the coaching practice. What are the marketing systems that you need to build? What are the sales systems and processes that you need to build? How do you write a plan for your coaching practice, and what's the vision that you are ultimately chasing? Brad Sugars talks about, anyone who wants to partner with Action Coach should chase a vision of building a $3 million firm for themselves. That's the number that we are chasing. And if you believe the Action Coach system, you follow the Action Coach system, then this is a pretty achievable vision that we talk about. So first, you undergo a 10-week training program to become a certified coach with us. Then our teams will sit down with you and draft a go-to-market plan of how you should be taken to the market. Now, this is not a business where, we have trained and certified and then we say you're all by yourself. Go find clients and, build your coaching practice. Rather, we handhold you and assist you in your initial days. It's very important because, this is a knowledge-based profession. You have to learn a lot, absorb a lot. And then when you have to execute things and to add to that marketing and sales, it becomes an overwhelming experience. And that's where we come to you as your partners. We help you execute things in the right manner. We help you get launched in the market. And then from there on, you can take the journey forward and build your coaching practice. All the systems and processes that you would need to coach your clients, the products, the strategies, for the frameworks, the credentials that you would need to coach clients, all of those will be provided by us. You don't have to worry about creating systems and processes. Everything is there. And, we've been doing for the last 30 years. So the systems have been pivoted. The systems have been aligned to the local markets. And that's how you coach entrepreneurs. So you don't have to worry about finding ways to coach. Everything is there in the system. We also organize a lot of ongoing hand-holding sessions. So every Monday, 8:30 a.m., all my coaches from India and Middle East get on a call. We are sharing knowledge. We are asking questions. We are doing role play sessions. So every Monday, you get to learn something new about it. And at any point in time, while you're coaching your clients, if you're facing any issues, any difficulties, all you have to do is raise your hand. There are 2,500 coaches at a global level. Someone somewhere would have been in a similar situation like you, and they would be happy to jump on a call, assist you, guide you, collaborate with you, mentor you to coach your clients effectively. One of the biggest advantage of getting into a business like Action Coaches, you're never alone. While you're running your own business, you're never alone. You're a part of a community that's always there to support and help each other. Apart from that, Action Coach runs a lot of regional and global conferences. So you become a part of it and you connect with some of the best of the coaches from all around the globe and learn from them. We've recently started to run a lot of team training days. So, you have your sales team, you have your marketing teams. If they want any training assistance on how to grow the coaching practice, we train them as well. Apart from that, you also have access to the global training resources. So at any point in time, if you want to attend a refresher training session, you want to revisit your past training sessions, there is a separate LMS platform that we have. You can log on to it and you can catch up on all the learnings that you might have for yourself. We also, organize a lot of accountability session where we say, we map you to a peer coach of yours, and they work with you, they assist you, and they guide you in your initial days to start your coaching practice. So what you see here, what the Action Coach business opportunity is really all about is right from training and certifying you to become a coach, to giving you systems, processes, to being there with you in your journey. We are there throughout. And that's what makes Action Coach a must invest opportunity if you're serious about building a profession within coaching, consulting, training space. I spoke about, the 10-week training that you guys undergo. Now that 10-day training is broken down into three parts. It starts with 4 weeks of pre-training, which is self-paced online. So a lot of videos to watch, books to read, and that's how you become familiar with the Action Coach systems and terminology. And then you do a 10-day training program at a Las Vegas office, and you walk out as a trained certified coach out of there. You can start your coaching practice after that, but then, there is another 4 weeks of post training, which is self-paced and online. The next few slides are more in terms of what's covered in the training, and I'll give you a brief overview. So the training is broadly divided into 5 essential elements. Shobit, if we can move to the next. Yeah. So it starts with, mindset, how do you be the coach? It's a very, we've been working with, about 100 plus coaches now. So we understand that, this is a very difficult transition, when you're in the corporate space, you have a team, you have resources available to manage things for you. But when you become a coach, you're doing everything all by yourself. So, the mindset shift is needed. So the first day just focuses on how do you be a coach, coaching, consulting, training, all these are very different terms. And just to concentrate on being the coach requires a complete mindset shift. And that's what the day one training is all about. Day two training focuses on how you as a coach make money, So, at Action Coach, we have different coaching products, and, we are going to cover that as we move forward. So, you use these products. So your coaching practice will have 3 revenue streams. One would come from your core coaching revenues, which would be one-to-one coaching, group coaching programs, workshops that you will run for your clients. The second revenue stream would be membership programs. A lot of times there are ambitious business owners who want to grow, but they do not have a mindset to invest into coaching. So they don't want to take that burden. So we have designed a subscription based program for them where they pay a nominal fee every month. They get access to our learning series, they get access to one live session with a coach every month, and that just keeps them on their journey towards growth. So it's a very good way to farm small businesses and still help them grow. So that's the second revenue stream for us. And the third revenue stream is, a lot of times our clients wants our coaches to do training programs. So we have 12-week training programs around sales, marketing, leadership, CEO coaching, marketing. So they, the regular training programs. Then we also do workshops, workshops on building profits in the business, workshops on financial planning of the business, workshops on, structuring the entire business. So there are multiple products that we use to coach our clients. And day two training is all about, helping you understand what are those different coaching products and how do you use them. You don't have to worry about, okay, I need to run a workshop. How do I go about it? All of that, the entire system is provided to you. Day 3, 4, and 5 is all focused on marketing. It's a marketing driven profession. The more you market, the more you become visible, the more clients you will attract to your coaching practice. So day 3, 4, 5 is all about marketing and understanding how do you generate leads for your coaching practice. Day, Shobit, we can just skip to the next slide, next few slides. Yeah, I'm not going to cover all of this with the intention of time. Day 6 is all about sales process. This is one of, having interacting with so many coaches in the last couple of years. What we've realized is, one thing that works the best for our coaches is, the way we sell our coaching services. We are not typical coaches that would run a webinar or a seminar and then would end the webinar with a irresistible offer and ask people to sign up then and there. We don't get into it. We are not very pushy when it comes to sales. All my coaches are very established professionals. So, they don't like selling too much, rather they coach people to buy from them. So, the 13-step sales process is all about identifying whether the client is coachable or not, doing the problem analysis for them, and then giving them clarity on what a coach can do and what is the result that they can expect out of it. And if all of that makes sense to the customer, then they invest into coaching. So we train you on, how the entire sales process at Action Coach works. Days 7 and 8 are more in terms of how to run these programs. So we have products now. How do you run these programs? How do you coach clients to success? How do you ensure that you're able to add value to clients' business? So that's what day 7 and 8 are all about. And day 9 and 10 of your training is you walk out of the training where we help you prepare a business plan and you are ready to hit the market and implement it. So that's how, the entire training is structured. And, it's a very fun way of training. It starts at 6 a.m. at a volleyball court, ends at 10 p.m. at a nearby pub. So you just are not learning, you're getting live examples, you're bonding with the group, and you're developing meaningful relationships for your coaching journey ahead. As I said, once you are certified, our team sit down with you and we draft a 90 to 180 day go-to-market plan as well, where we plan your launch events, where we plan your marketing. We do those events, test and measure, see the results that we are getting on from it, and then, tweak the plan ahead and keep executing it for the first 180 days, so that you're just not able to build a pipeline, you're just not able to get some conversations going, but you are able to get some active clients on board. Once that happens, what it does is it gives you enough confidence in the system. It gives you cash flow, which you can plow back into the business and grow from there on. So that's how, the entire process works at Action Coach. We also run a foundation through which we offer free of cost programs for students and colleges and universities, and we help them become better entrepreneurs. So that's our foundation piece, and you can tie up with your local universities and colleges and run these programs for them. So what I've done in the last 20-25 minutes is, I've given you a brief overview of what the business coaching industry is all about and how we function at Action Coach, what's the opportunity for you, why you should be looking at partnering with Action Coach. But it's a knowledge-based business, no matter how much I talk about it, till the time you don't dig deep and, do your due diligence on us, you will not be able to decide how this works. So what I would suggest is, if uh, anything what I said made sense with you, go through a 3-step process with us where we first show you the system. We call it the toolbox tour. Attend a toolbox tour, see the system that we have. And if it makes sense, then speak to some of our partners, speak to our global team members, ask us as many questions as you can, and then eventually decide whether this is something that would work for yourself or not. Okay, so these are the steps for you to review. And we have the pleasure today of having our one of our most successful franchise partners with us on the call today, and I'm going to introduce him in the next couple of minutes so that you can get to hear from him of how's the journey of starting a business coaching franchisee, and whether Action Coach can be the right partner for yourself or not. But briefly before that, let me just talk about what are the business models that we have. Okay, so currently in India, we are offering 3 business models. First is where you can own a territory. So here, we are looking for people who have an investor or an entrepreneur mindset. They just don't want to be a coach. They want to run a successful coaching practice where they can buy out a region, have exclusive rights for that region, build a team of coaches under themselves. As a firm owner, you concentrate more in terms of marketing and sales, and let the coaching be handled by the coaches that are there in your firm. So it's a scalable, profitable way of running a professional coaching practice. And that investment starts at around about 60 lakh rupees. Now, if you directly don't want to go to a firm model, we have a model called the partner model, where you can start the coaching practice with one coach. So along with you, you can have another coach. You don't get exclusivity for a territory, but based out of your city, you can reach out to clients and coach them. That investment starts at around about 25 lakhs. And the final model that we have is we call them the associate business coach. So, we already have a lot of exclusive firm territories in India, the entire of South India, the eastern part of India, almost now even the central and the northern part of the India. We have a lot of firm owners who are looking at adding more coaches in their team. The best part about it is, you invest into your trainings, you get trained and certified, become an action coach, and you work with one of our firm owners who support you on a day-to-day basis in terms of getting started. So the journey here is much fast-paced because you're partnering with someone who's already been there, done that. They know what to do, what not to do at an initial level, and they can also farm you with clients. So the marketing and sales support comes from the firm owner, and you majorly concentrate on coaching services. So if you think that maybe starting your journey as a franchise partner is not something that you would be looking at, you would be more interested in just coaching clients, then the associate business coach model really works well, where you invest into your trainings, partner with the firm owner, and you grow your practice from there on. So these are the business models that we have. Of course, we can connect one-on-one and have a more detailed discussion, deep dive more into the system. But on this note, I would now like to invite our franchise partner. He's been kind enough to join us today on a very, very short notice. I can see he's on the move. He's always on the move. Typically whenever we talk to him, we ask him which part of the world you are today. So, we have the pleasure of inviting Coach Malloy Chakravarti on the call with us today. And, he's our firm owner for West Bengal and, even Mumbai as well. And, I guess more than, his credentials, I just want to talk about the journey that he has had with Action Coach. And it's been inspirational, and, not only he's succeeded, but I guess he set some benchmarks for, all the new coaches to match up to and look up to him. So he's a source of inspiration for not just the community, but for us as well, when we meet and interact with him on a day-to-day basis. And, an example of, when you are making that transition from the corporate world to entrepreneurship, the mindset that you need. And, he partnered with me on the day when the lockdown was announced. I still remember, 23rd March 2020, when, we were entering into the world of uncertainty. Here was someone who had just moved out of his corporate stint and decided to invest into the Action Coach franchise. He showed trust on us, and the journey from there on has been so inspiring that now he's moved to a level where he owns multiple regions. He already has about 4 coaches in his team, and he's living the business that he always wanted to build for himself. Now, Coach Malloy comes with over 35 years of rich corporate experience, working across geographies. He teaches at some of the leading B schools around the world, and now as a business coach, he's brought impact to multiple businesses. And when you hear his client list, he's coaching all and any and every kind of clients as well. So that's Coach Malloy for you, and I'm sure when you interact with him today, or when you hear him today, you'll get to know more about him. So welcome, Coach Malloy. Thank you so much for your time today. And maybe, it would be good for our audience today to hear from you of how this transition happened. Why did you decided to step into business coaching, not any other business, and how your journey has been, sir?
Satyam, thank you very much. And I think you have too many good things to speak about me. But yes, it has been a hugely inspirational journey for me as well. I made the transition in 2019, and 2020 we invested into business coaching, like Satyam said, at just on the cusp of lockdown. One thing and I come from corporate background, and I have never worked in the MSME space ever, neither as a client nor as a vendor. So I've never catered to the SME sector. So this sector that's something that did not was totally unknown. But as a business coach and somebody who's wanting to make a mark as an entrepreneur, the basic fundamental is to go and check that am I getting into something which will have an opportunity for me? Is there a demand in the marketplace? And when I looked around in 2019, 2020, I saw 70 million registered MSME companies in the country. And if I filtered off, because I live in Mumbai and now I spend half my life in Kolkata and Guwahati. But when I filtered down, I said, the market that I live in, which is Mumbai, maybe south of Maharashtra, uh, would have about 7 to 8 million MSME organizations. And this is my target audience. And the numbers that we look at are so minuscule compared to the market size. Any one of us at one point in time, if you're doing one-to-one coaching, and I firmly believe that is my forte, and I'm not saying that people should not do group coaching or people should not do training, but I am more comfortable in that space because that's where I believe that we can bring in the biggest amount of impact. When I looked at my side and I said that I needed what? I needed 12, 13, 15 clients. And if I can't get 15 clients in a market size of 5 billion, for example, then there's some problem with me and not with the market. So the market opportunity is huge. And as I got into this business, one thing that which Brad keeps on saying, and I really experience that, is the business owners are the loneliest people on planet. They have nobody to talk to. And if you're able to build in that trust, if you're able to build in that relationship, and if you tell them that you are there and you're showing them the results, you're hand-holding them, the kind of bonding that happens is humongous. It is said that the business coaching practice, typically business coaching practice, is for the small and medium business owners, anywhere between 10, 15, 20, 25, 100 crore. Currently, not exiting, I'm coming out of a coaching session with a client who's 7,000 crore. And he's based in Kolkata. And he makes edible oils. And they have a problem of restructuring that entire business. And they have been my clients for the past 6 months. And now they're talking about one more business. And they're telling me that, why don't you go and meet this coal trader? He wants to meet you. The referral work that happens is very high. Yes, it's a business that we need to run. It takes time, it takes energy, it requires money investment. Since 2019 till now, we have been lucky and grateful that we have got some huge clients and huge successes. We have now built a team of 1+4 coaches, and I've been sitting on Satyam said that we need a couple more coaches to join us this year. And that's how we look at. But again, going back a year back, on 16th of May, I did a visioning exercise with my team, and I'm going to do a similar visioning exercise on the 30th of March with my team. My vision is that as on 31st March 2030, we should have 15 coaches, each of them coaching 15 clients, one-to-one clients. And we're all driving towards that. And whatever we do today as an organization, we're driving towards that. We came out with our culture statements in country first, client second, family third, self fourth. This is the culture that we live in, apart from the 14 points of culture of action coach. And I don't think at this stage of my life, anything better could have happened to me. Yes, there are challenges. It's a business end of the day. Yes, there are challenges. There could be cash flow challenges. But if you're working towards it, the kind of respect that you get from your clients, the kind of money that you can make from your clients, I don't think any business in this world can have so much respect and so much money with so little investment, because we'd have no capex, right? You can always start off with zero capex. You can work from home. Today I have 2 offices, but that's when we have grown to that level. So that's been my journey, truly exceptional, truly inspirational. And I keep on telling everybody who's coming out of corporate world, or who you are an entrepreneur, do this because the world and the country needs you.
Thank you so much, Coach Malloy, for that. Now, one question that I would like to ask you, because you're also looking at expanding your team and having new coaches. Who do you think is an ideal profile to be a coach, and what are the traits that they should have in themselves, when they're looking or exploring business coaching as an opportunity?
Okay. So uh, somebody that whom I would look at is an individual with a decent, successful career, either as a professional or as an entrepreneur, wanting to go out and help people. I think this is my underlying statement, that if you want to help people grow, if you want to help people have a better business, if you want to help people a better life, that is my underlying statement. So a successful career, passionate, empathetic, logical mindset, good, decent communicator, and wanting to change the world and wanting to help people.
Wonderful. And Coach Malay, talk us through your vision about, West Bengal as a market, and, if someone would like to join your firm, what is that, they should be expecting out of the firm, and, or what is that you are looking out of them? Yeah.
Okay, so now this is the most interesting part. I live in Mumbai, but it was September 2021 that I get an invite from Mr. Satyam Garg, who's across the screen, that, sir, would you want to run a seminar in Kolkata? Now, I have friends in Kolkata, I have relatives in Kolkata, and the basic message that comes out is Kolkata market will not accept a business coach. Kolkata business owners don't pay. But that September 2021 seminar changed my life. We signed off 2 clients a day. One of them paying me about 80,000 a month, and the other paying me 50,000 a month because of the size and scale of the business. The second gentleman who was paying me 50,000 a month subsequently became one of our coaches as well. So Kolkata has a huge, it was one of the, at some point in time, it was the entrepreneurship capital of India. Yes, it has seen a downside over the past 50 years and 60 years, but it has so many entrepreneurs out here and so much of opportunity that today I have one coach, and if somebody gives me 2 more coaches today, I'll take that 2 more coaches today. We have a BD team of 2 people here in Kolkata. We have a large marketing back support in based out of Mumbai. We have an office in Kolkata now. I'm looking at expanding because I'm hugely excited about Kolkata as a business. The entire entrepreneurship background and typical of the Marwaris and the Punjabis and the Gujaratis who exist out here, they want transformation. Gone are the days when they were looking at that gaddi wala business, that I will sit on my galla and do the business. The young generation wants transformation. The young generations want scale up. The young generation is looking at the world as an opportunity. The elder generation is looking at building strong succession plans. So my vision about Kolkata is of West Bengal is in the next 3 years, we can easily have 5 more coaches and still have our hands full. Yes, it will take time. Once the coach comes in, there's a trust factor that gets associated. It will take time. But we are there with the marketing support. We are there with the sales support. We want the coaches to be as passionate and wanting to make a change. And I would welcome anybody who's wanting to look at as business coaching in Kolkata or Siliguri or Bardhaman as an opportunity. And there are enough and more businesses out there which you can coach.
Okay. And Coach Malay, ultimately it boils down to, the numbers, or, what's the potential revenue that a person can look at. While you spoke about, if someone has 10 to 15 clients, they are looking at a thriving coaching practice. Now, what's the definition of a thriving coaching practice, and what are the kind of revenues that people can expect out of a coaching practice?
Okay. Now, I would take one step backwards and go back and tell you about 10-15 years back, an old illiterate Gujarati gentleman in Ahmedabad in Gujarati told me this, and I'm going to translate in English. 1000 din paisa dalo, 1000 din ke baad paisa aayega. So any business, and today we talk in terms of a 3-year gestation period for any business. So if you're looking at a 3-year and extended horizon, and if you're looking at minimum benchmarks of revenue, the minimum benchmark of revenue is about 40,000 a month. And by the time you do about 15 clients, and what does this 15 clients mean? 15 clients mean about 30 coaching hours in a month. In 30 coaching hours in a month, plus your networking, plus your business development, plus your back-end support, you'll probably be investing about 60 to 70 hours in a month. Now, at 60 to 70 hours a month, if you have 15 clients and each of them paying you 40,000 rupees, it is 6 lakhs. So the potential is about a 75 lakh uh, business turnover for the coaching practice for a coach. Now, obviously, there is the other revenue sharings and royalties that go out, but that is the scale and size of the business. I don't think anybody should be looking at in a 3-year horizon at anything below 70, 75 lakhs. And the 40,000 is a minimum benchmark. These numbers can keep on growing.
Yeah, because we just did this data point analysis. The current price points for action coach in India is about 70 to 75,000 rupees a month. Average retention rate for a client is about 17 months. And currently, with about 107 coaches, currently what we are looking at, the average banking per coach is close to about 60 to 70 lakh rupees
Yeah.
a year. And then, we have, coaches like the one that you see on the screen, and multiple other coaches in the community who are even doing about 8 digits revenue already, and growing from there on as well. So it's quite scalable, it's quite build a profitable coaching practice. All it requires is focus, it requires a commitment to learn, and it requires commitment to take actions. At Action Coach we are all about taking actions. And one person that he's shown most of the coaches. Coach Malay has shown most of the coaches of what it takes to build a coaching practice. He travels extensively, he markets extensively, he's always there, the first person to hear to his clients. He's not someone who will be binded by the number of hours that he's committed to the client. If a client needs him, he'll always be there to support. So that's Coach Malloy. And, thank you so much, Coach Malloy, for joining us today at such a short notice and sharing your journey. Any final words before you, part ways?
No, I think this is a fabulous business. And like you rightly said, if anybody is wanting to build a business in the knowledge-based business, and if you're wanting to build business, if you just don't want a certification, because I just want to add to this for the benefit of the viewers. I'm an ICF certified life and executive coach. Now, apart from that certification, I did not get any support from ICF or whoever. Now, everything I had to reinvent. The wheel had to be reinvented. In Action Coach, it's not about a certification, it's about training. But everything is there for you to just take it up and run with it. So now if I go back home and I start thinking that I have met this group, which is 7,000 crore, and what are the next things that I will do, I don't have to think because everything is listed down. I just have to go out and apply. So this is a fantastic opportunity. And I think both from a perspective of the 3 models, and there are enough and more firm owners in the country who are willing to absorb ABCs, the associate business coaches, but there are enough and more opportunity for the firms and the partners to even come in. So fabulous opportunity. Guys, whoever is on this call, give it a serious thought. And if you want to scale it up, but look at it as a business. Don't look at it as an employment. Because the moment you look at employment, you would look at your first month banking. And that is not going to happen. Look at it as a business. And if you're here on the call, I'm sure you want to look at it as a business and run with it. And this is one of the best brands to work with and personal experience.
Really, really appreciate your time, Coach Malloy. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Any Q&As that you need to answer out here? The couple of Q&As that I saw.
I have tried to answer all of them manually. It was more in terms of the business models and marketing support. So thank you so much, sir. Really appreciate your time.
Okay. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much, Satyam. Bye-bye.
So, everyone, you've been very patient with us. It's been about 40.
Can I exit, Satyam?
Yes, sir. You may. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Good afternoon. Bye.
So it's been about 50 minutes into the session, and I've tried to answer all the Q&A that were posted manually. If you would like to know more about the opportunity, we can connect one-on-one with us. I'll leave my contact details in the chat box. But before we close the session, I will also like to bring in our country manager, Shobhit Yadav. He's the one who's built the community and works with the coaches very closely. So Shobhit, any final thoughts from your end before we conclude the session?
For sure, Satyam. Thank you so much. First of all, the conversation with you and our coach Maloy Chakravarti had it. It's always delighted to hear it. Straight away from the partner who's invested money with us. So, over the last 1 hour, you have been with us, and I'm sure we have added some value to your time. But the opportunity which we talked about, which is business coaching, see, coaching is already a very cluttered market, and we are claiming that we are the world best business coaching firm. So do not just look at us as only a training and certification, because we are a purely lucrative business opportunity. When I say business opportunity, you're getting the right system, those proven tools where we have proven ourselves in 98 countries. I'm not talking about one country, two country, proven ourselves in 98 countries with the right system, right structure and processes. And that is what you required more than training and certification. You required support on a day-to-day basis. That is what we are coming from, and we are projecting that this is a proper business, structured business opportunity. Satyam, I've taken you through the different financial models. I encourage everybody, after this call, few of my team member will try to get in touch with, with all of you. Acknowledge their calls. It's our humble request, and we would be looking forward to have one-on-one discussions. And take you through deeper into the ROI models, how the ROI structure looks like, and how can you have, different revenue stream from different product ladder. So business coaching is very lucrative option in today's time, where you can utilize your skill, your experience, and your intelligence. If this is something which is very close to the passion, we are only expecting people if their intent is right, and the intent is to, help business owners, because we are talking about businesses which are family oriented businesses, which are those traditional running businesses with the orthodox thinking businesses, which they have shifted from the late grandfather to the father, and then going forward to the next generation. But their approach, their vision to the running a business, it's all same. But in today's time, there's a huge demand of a business education, business mentorship to these business owners. And you being a business coach, you will be directly working with the founders, with the entrepreneurs, making them more accountable. It's going to be a personalized journey between you and a business owner, and you build a strong relationship, making him more accountable so that he can implement those right strategies, right processes, right structure, with those proven tools and strategies which you will bring as a business coach to him. And then you will see that not only you're scaling his business, not only you're making him more profitable, but also you're adding value on a day-to-day life. You're making their work life little balanced. I'm sure you look left and right, you will find these businesses are available. These businesses are available within friends, within families as well. So the plate is filled with a lot of business owners. It just, we need to click those right mindset of business owners and start their journey. This okay, so from here I'll submit it by saying this, that two things gonna happen from here. Over the last 1 hour we have been with you, we have tried our best to explain you the opportunity. So two things will happen from here. One, you will go back to your old routine. You've gathered the information, you gathered the knowledge, and you'll keep busy, keep getting occupied in your own stuff, which means you're getting back to your old routine. Knowledge is great, and it's always great, but if you don't take actions against it, it will fade off. It will fade off sooner than you realize. So if you think that today whatever we spoke about has little bit of strength, or if this intrigued you, book a call with us and we will help you farm the right processes and take you to the right steps, at the right pace. And then whatever call you may take it, we will totally respect it, whether it is yes or no. But take actions against it, because knowledge is nothing against, without actions. So one thing which will do nothing, or second thing, if you take an action against it, which means you're acting against the knowledge which you have just gathered. So I'm looking forward to meeting you on a one-on-one level, taking through all your questions, address all of your questions, and deep dive into ROI sheet, and welcome to the community if we can. So on that very note, Satyam, back to you if you want to add anything. Otherwise, I'm sorted for the now.
I guess I'll just sum it up with a quote from Brad, Brad Sugars. He says the biggest risk that you can take is do nothing. So invest the time, explore the opportunity further, and let's see of how we can partner together. On that note, thank you so much, Neha, for the opportunity. We had a lovely time interacting, and I hope we were able to add value to the audience today. Back to you now. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Satyam. Thanks a lot, Shobit. Guys, I'm sure the brand details related to Action Coach, the details which we have shared with you, Mr. Shobit and Satyam, and I shared with you are going to help you in understanding the brand in detail. Mr. Satyam has already dropped his contact details and email ID into the chat window. You can click on the email ID and you can take out the contact number to reach out to him one-to-one. The team is going to reach out to you within a day or two to communicate with you and take the conversation forward to connect you with Mr. Satyam and Mr. Shobit for one-to-one discussion. I hope that you all will have a wonderful day ahead. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you one more time, Mr. Satyam and Shobit. Thanks a lot.